Known as one of the greatest guitarists of all time, Eddie revolutionized rock music with his two-handed tapping technique, making the electric guitar a spectacular instrument. However, Wolfgang claims that Eddie's brilliance had an unintended consequence. It led to a wave of imitators, filling the 80s rock scene with musicians trying to copy his style. Speaking on the WTF with Marc Maron podcast, Wolfgang explained, in a way, Dad kind of ruined the musical landscape, because instead of everyone trying to find their own voice, they just wanted to be like him. He also believes that many focus too much on the flashy aspects of Eddie's guitar playing, missing his true talent as a songwriter. Wolfgang is determined to follow that same path, focusing on songwriting rather than just technical showmanship. Despite this, Wolfgang acknowledges that some guitarists after Eddie have forged their own distinct paths. He mentions Paul Gilbert from Mr. Big and Racer X as an example of a guitarist who, though part of the 80s shred scene, pursued an interesting and unique approach. Eddie Van Halen's death in October 2020, after a long battle with cancer, brought their musical collaboration to an end. Before his passing, Eddie had heard all the material that would become Wolfgang's solo debut. In 2015, Eddie commented, "Wait till you hear his record. This isn't just a proud father talking. It's genuinely impressive." Wolfgang is now preparing to release that album under the name Mammoth WVH, a nod to his father's legacy. He is pleased with the initial response to his music and excited to establish his own identity as an artist. He hopes listeners will recognize him first and then make the connection to his famous father, saying, "It would be the ultimate compliment if people thought, wow, that's his dad," instead of, "Oh, it's Eddie's son." Reflecting on his experience joining Van Halen in 2006 as a 15-year-old, replacing longtime bassist Michael Anthony, Wolfgang recalls the backlash. He remembers enjoying the time spent playing with his newly sober father and jamming as a family, but once it became public, he understood why people might resent him. Wolfgang Van Halen expressed this sentiment during a recent interview on Oklahoma City's Cat radio station, where he discussed his involvement in Van Halen's reissues, including the upcoming limited vinyl release of the live Right Here, Right Now album. Wolfgang acknowledged that Alex Van Halen is the primary decision-maker, saying, "I defer to him on what he thinks is best." However, Wolfgang added that he and Alex worked together closely on such decisions. The upcoming release is notable because it's the first Van Halen reissue that focuses on the Sammy Hagar era. Wolfgang expressed frustration, saying, "I don't think that era gets any respect." He highlighted the era's great songs and impressive guitar work, urging fans to give it a chance instead of getting caught up in debates over which vocalist is better. "There's some really good stuff there," he concluded.